This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com, bringing you all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order of $75 or more. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the brand new Nike Mercurial Vapor 9 in the Sunset and Total Crimson colorway. If you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. In the box is a string bag. You get a Volt string bag with this particular model with the black Nike swoosh on the bottom, the black Mercurial logo in the middle, and the strings on the bag are that same Volt color as well. Again, the string bags only come with the top end models, not with any of the takedowns. I'll get the shoes out of the box and get this box out of the way. And I'm pretty happy with all three launch colorways of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9. I think they've made three really nice looking shoes that offer something different for everybody. If you're not really into bright shoes, you can go for that metallic platinum colorway. And then the Fireberry and the Sunset versions are very, very loud and look really unique. Before I get into the unboxing, I just wanted to let you guys know that there is a full review already up for the dimpled or speed control version of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9. So if you do want to check that out, you can find a link down below in the description to SoccerReviewsForYou.com. And that's where you're going to find all the details on how these shoes fit, feel, and perform. If we want to talk about the colorway here, this is definitely the one that looks the most different in person than what the online stock photos show, and that's mainly due to the actual Sunset colorway at the front of the shoe. I'm not sure how it's going to show up on video, but in person it has kind of like a metallic copper look to it, whereas the online stock photos it pretty much looks like a dark orange. But in person it's very, very reflective, especially with this the dimpling finish on the outside, and I think looks really unique and really good. It fades to this Total Crimson colorway that I've heard a lot of people say it looks pink on camera. It's not pink, it's like a very bright orange, similar to the Total Orange that we've seen from Nike before, but definitely not pink. If we talk about the new graphics on the MV9, you have the Volt Nike swoosh on the outside, the black Mercurial logo on the outside of the heel, the Volt Nike logo on the instep, which I think looks really good. You've got the black laces, the silver ACC logo, the black Nike swoosh on the tongue, you have the Volt insole, and then if we look at the bottom here, you have that silver glass fiber with the matte black plastic overlays with the clear studs in the forefoot and the orange studs in the back. So again, colorway kind of matches really well. There's a lot of contrasting colors, which I think look really good. I just like the uniqueness of this sunset copper looking color on the front. If we want to talk about the technical specifications of the shoe, the upper is still made out of a Teijin synthetic microfiber material, just like we've seen ever since the Nike Mercurial Vapor 3. So we're 6 models in and they're still using the same synthetic. And while it's still under the same name, it's definitely not the same blend of Teijin synthetic. This one is a little bit different from the past model, which was the Vapor 8. To me, it's a little bit thicker and has like a nice natural padding to it. And it had to because they have the depth of these dimples on the upper itself. The dimples are what Nike likes to call speed control, and it's designed to enhance grip. And that's not very descriptive. I didn't really understand what Nike meant by that. You can see the dimples on there are kind of varied in size, very much like a golf ball would have. There's some bigger ones and some smaller ones. There's no specific pattern, but it definitely has a nice texturing to it. And basically it provides more or less grip depending on how hard the touch is on the ball. And that's basically playing with surface area. That's why you have the dimples on there. And again, if you want more information on how it actually works, go ahead and check out that full written review. ACC, or All Conditions Control, Nike's newest technology that they've implemented on all their top-end models, is also included on the MV9. Essentially what it is a wet control element. It only activates when you're playing in the wet, and it allows for a little bit better friction between your foot and the ball when playing in wet conditions when it can normally be pretty slick. So again, it works pretty well. It's a nice technology, and I like that Nike has included it on all of their top-end models. If we move on to the insole, it's the exact same Mercurial insole that we've been getting for the last couple models. It's got that mesh liner on the top, fully perforated, one single layer of EVA foam. Honestly, it's not the best insole out there, but it definitely does the job. If we move on to the sole plate and stud pattern, you have the dual layer of glass fiber, which is different from that of the MV8. Although the platinum colorway of the MV9 only has one single layer in the forefoot, just like the MV8 had, so just keep that in mind. But as far as the Sunset and the Fireberry colorway, they feature 2 layers of glass fiber. I realized there was a lot of photos floating around from large online retailers that had carbon fiber through the heel and midfoot. Those were sample pictures. Originally it was intended to have carbon fiber through the midfoot, but Nike changed the plans there, and the the version that has been released to the public, regardless of what the pictures that you've seen online, they have dual layer glass fiber as opposed to having carbon fiber through the midfoot. So there's not a whole lot of change there in terms of feel or what you're going to be able to notice. I personally don't feel any kind of difference between having 2 layers in the forefoot or 1 single layer. It doesn't feel a difference. It doesn't feel any less flexible or any more stiff. Again, it's kind of more of an aesthetic thing, if anything. If we move on to the stud pattern itself, it is exactly the same as what we saw on the MV8, which is nothing to complain about. It's very, very good in terms of performance if you are going to be playing on firm natural grass. Obviously, this is the firm ground version, and a lot of people have been using these or were using these on AG artificial grass, and I strongly recommend against that, simply because it's just not designed for that type of surface. Nike has released an AG model of the MV9 now, the top end model, so if you are going to be playing on artificial grass pretty frequently, I strongly recommend going for the AG model over the firm ground. The firm ground model is really a more aggressive style firm ground stud pattern. It really does require the studs to dig in pretty deep before it actually is going to perform properly and give you that outright grip that this is capable of providing. If you're playing on those really nice natural grass fields where the studs can dig in, the performance is going to be fantastic. You can see you have 4 push-off points. That's how it's designed. You have pretty much 4 studs, and then the 1 support stud in the middle, and then only 2 studs under the heel. And again, if you're playing on harder surfaces, it's not going to feel all that stable. You're going to run into some stud pressure issues simply because the studs aren't going to be able to dig in. But if you are playing on that firm natural grass, it performs fantastic. And again, if you want more information on the performance of the shoe, go ahead and check out that full review. I actually do have a performance test of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9 where I take some free kicks, do some juggling, stuff like that, talk about the shoe and how I like it. So go ahead and check that out. I'll leave an annotation on screen if you're interested. That's pretty much it as far as the unboxing portion is concerned. And to move on to a quick weigh-in so you can see how light these shoes are. The Mercurial line is all about being as light as possible, and the MV9 is just that. Both in hand and on feet, this is an extremely lightweight shoe, and if you wanted to compare it to the last model, the MV8, there's not a whole lot of difference in weight that you can actually feel, if not to say that these weigh exactly the same. I actually have a comparison video between the MV9 and the MV8, so if you want to get a better idea of the differences between the new model and the last model, go ahead and check out that video. I'll leave an annotation on screen. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. This is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. We're going to throw it on the scale so you can see exactly what it weighs. And it weighs in at 6.75 ounces, so very lightweight, under the 7 ounce mark. And like I said, they're going to feel pretty much like nothing, both in hand and on feet. So very lightweight, definitely not going to weigh you down. That's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video is concerned. And move on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea of the fit on this shoe. Alright, here's a look at the MV9's on feet. And in terms of fit, it's pretty hard to beat out the Mercurial Vapor. The MV9 is the best fitting Vapor to date in my opinion. It really contains your foot extremely well, and for that reason has a much more narrow cut as well. So if you're a wider footed player, the Vapor 9 or the Vapor in general, the Mercurial series in general, is probably not the best option for you. If we talk about the fit here, it has a pretty narrow cut through the midfoot, really hugging the instep of your foot here, and then has a really narrow fit in the forefoot and toe box as well. But again, it's all there because they're trying to create the tightest fit possible, and the upper of the shoe really just wrap your foot tightly, almost to fit like a sock. I have about an average width foot here, and I'm pretty much at the maximum of what this shoe can handle. So again, like I said, if you do have wider feet, this is probably not the best option for you. If you want to talk about sizing, these definitely do fit true to size, especially if you want the tightest possible fit, which is what I would recommend. It's part of what you pay for when you buy a pair of Nike Mercurial Vapor 9s. I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit in the length is absolutely perfect. So like I said, if you're looking to order a pair for yourself, I strongly recommend going for your regular size. That's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video goes, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9 in the Sunset colorway. Like I said, if you do want to check out the full review for this guy, you can find that link down below in the description. On that same review page, you're going to find the high quality images of this shoe that'll give you a better idea as to how it actually does look in person, as well as buy it now links with the best prices online, including some exclusive SR4U coupon codes to get you some additional discounts if you are interested in ordering a pair for yourself. If you would like to see any of the other unboxings or other MV9 related videos that I've done, I'll leave some annotations on screen, so you go ahead and click those, check those out if you haven't done so already. If you have any questions regarding this shoe, feel free to leave me a comment down below, And if you could leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed to the channel already and you did enjoy today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear, including unboxings, on feet, reviews, free kicks, comparisons, all kinds of stuff happens here. So like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. One last thing, I have an Instagram now. My Instagram is VujoJosh. So if you're not following me there, be sure to look me up, or again, the link will be down below in the description. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.